Good morning. Woo, Jesus. Happy Monday. Baby, I'm tired. Tired. I got up here and realized I ain't even have my damn shoes on. So, yeah, girl, get it together. No shoes, problem. But we won, Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. So some people in they red is upset today. I'm so happy they won. And it wasn't just one, baby. Now that, anytime it's like such a massive difference in between over 10 points, you won one. And that was almost 20 points. Okay. I'm going to just round it up and say it was 20 points. Good morning. Good morning, girl. Yes. Any baby, because anytime I'm going to just round it up to 20 points. You got your, I was so happy. And then here's the stupid part because everybody in my house was rooting for red. When it got down to like the last maybe 5 minutes, I looked around, nobody was there. I was all by myself, screaming like a fool the whole time, and texted my friend down the street because I know that she's going for the Eagles too. She said, "Go tell them nana boo boo." I said, "Girl, I would, but I'm sitting here by myself. Nobody's here." But anyway, so hey, girl, hey, happy Monday to you. Um, I'm tired. If you hear me doing that sniffling, girl, okay. I think that I must have come into contact with somebody's cooties. I felt that already like a day ago because I'm like, something don't feel all the way right in my throat. But guess who's still here? Me. Yes, tired as hell, but I'm here. I got all the way here and got on my treadmill, well, my walking pad, and realized I ain't even have on shoes. Well, we gonna get through it. I ain't even had, girl. I was like, well, that won't work. I went to go back, girl, right? Oh my God. So I was like, oh, dumbass, go get your damn shoes. To put my shoes on. I don't have my water bottle, but I have 3 bottles of water, which I'm gonna get ready to start drinking. We gonna get through this. That's one thing about me. Tired or not, if I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. So anywho, let's get back into our oh no. While I'm looking for the story, girl, forget the story. Let me put this phone down for a second. Did you get caught up with Harlem? Because I got caught up. Did you? Girl. So let's talk about that first. And again, welcome back to 15 pounds in 30 days. We're only on day 11. And when my friend was laughing at me the other day, she was like, day 11? That don't make no, it do make sense because we walk during the week. Okay. So this is day 11. Okay. She's like, oh, business days. Yeah, but it's okay. See why is you coming or not? Because you need it, not me. And you want to try to tell me what makes sense and what don't make sense. See it, right? Like it don't matter as long as the people who's showing up they understand. Okay, it's business days. Okay, all right. Oh, because I was gonna say, girl, you walking on weekends? It's business days. Anywho, so we done already did 2 weeks. 5, 10, 11 is where we are today. So let's get into Camille, honey. First of all, the way that they fast forwarded up that damn, and they saying that that's the end of it. Ain't no more Harlem. Baby Harlem came out 6 months old. Okay, doing her own hair and putting her hair in her ponytails. And I called it already. I said, oh, Ian about to sleep with her the night he was putting the crib up. Girl, bye. And then the girl, whatever the hell her name is, side piece Sally. I'm gonna just call her that, even though y'all probably, whoever listening, probably gonna be like, she wasn't no side piece. She was with him. Bitch, you shouldn't have been in that relationship as long as it was. You already knew. He just was with her yesterday. Clearly, Ian cannot be alone. And then you take your ass over there trying to act like you doing something because you in the house. Girl, bye. Is it always going to be like, it's always going to be this. It's always going to be like this. Camille this, baby that. Okay. Girl. And he would be right outside on that cold ass porch trying to invite her in the house. Is that right or wrong? Mm-hmm. Exactly. That was stupid. You just still love Camille. He just broke up with her at 5 p.m. You moved in at 8 a.m. So how did you really think that was going to go? That's stupid. That was so stupid. Okay, you over here down at the fertility clinic with this motherfucker. First of all, that shit was so messy. I don't do messy. I like to watch messy and I like to listen to messy clearly on my phone. But in my real life, it's an absolute no for me. I don't do messy. So my thing is, what I'm not about to be doing, we both not about to be going down to the fertility clinic. I'm bumping into you at the window. Like, what? I was like, definitely this is for television because what? Girl, absolutely not. Girl. Oh, well, to her ass. And my thing was, I told it to you 8 weeks ago or last week. Okay, listen to me. We ain't even been on here. You're probably like, what? What was that? Okay, whatever, girl. Last week. When I said, did somebody see Ian financials? Because where the hell Ian get enough money to be knocking up the city? So what it's looking like, you got Harlem, she gonna have Brooklyn, then somebody gonna have Bronx. You know what I mean? And I was with the old ladies when they was like, damn, at least, remember there was a time where the man was smart enough to keep his girls in 2 different boroughs, okay? Depending on how many bridges he had to cross to get to you. I started laughing. I said, no, she didn't. Okay, but speaking of which, sis, I know you don't know me and I don't know you. But just know that I grew up watching you, sis. And you need to stop going to the plastic surgeon. I'm just going to put it all the way out there. Y'all doing too much. Okay? We looking at y'all, and I'm like, Jazz, that's you? Is that you in there? Because why? Okay, so we're going to skip right over that. You don't need to do all that. I'm not against a little nip and tuck. Okay, a little tuck the bitch in them high-waisted pants, whatever the hell you need to do. I'm not against that. I'm just saying, girl, when you totally, who is that? Is like, and not even like in a way of looking good. Okay, so hold on. Can we go ahead and slide right into the conversation? You probably like, I thought we was already talking. Is that really Lady Gaga? Maybe I just haven't. I remember there was a time where she was always on TV. So I was like, did I ever knew what she looked like? I need to Google that. Look, I swear that's exactly how I was. I ain't do it yet, but I'm going to Google it because I'm so confused. Like, is that really Lady Gaga? Or who the hell I was looking at? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to have to look it up later. Because that might be a fill-in and we don't even know who we looking at. You know what I mean? I don't know. Not that it mattered any damn way. But I was like, oh, see, you like white too. You already know how I am. I'm going to call it how I call it. So we going to sit up here and act like we did not just watch. We ain't just watched the show in Texas yesterday with the all white. And then you going to sit down with your white on. And act like, so you couldn't come up with your own thing? Oh, okay. But it's okay. I mean, cowgirl hat in New Orleans. Okay, whatever. Oh, because I just want you to know that's how I was. And then I am going to address this performance. Because I know it wasn't just me. I know it was not just me. Because when Kendrick was walking, half stepping, whatever the hell you want to call that, with them bell bottom jeans on, and did he always have a booty like that? Okay, look, I just felt like it. any moment he was about to be like and bust down and start and then do a death drop. That's what that walk was giving me. So I was a little like looking at the TV sideways, confused. Am I missing something? Please fill me in. It ain't gonna matter. You know what I mean? I'm still going to listen. As far as when I'm on the main road and on the highway, I'm gonna still bump it just as hard as I normally do. But as soon as I hit my neighborhood, absolutely not. Okay, I shuts it all the way down. Okay, we don't ride around here like that. But I just was confused by that. I was very confused, and I was like, "What?" And then, yeah. So let's just say it wasn't giving top-notch energy. Like, I was giving the most trying to hype. I'm that hype girl. So I was, of course, trying to hype it up more than what it really was. Because, that's what we do. We may as well. We here, And I was thinking this may be the last damn performance I see that somebody is looking back at me that look like me. So I'm going to just hype it up as it's probably going to be the last. So for the next years anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to hype it up. But SZA, I didn't even know what was going on. I know, girl, you tried it, but what in the hell is going on over here? What, girl, get up. It ain't even like, and then I was reminded that Usher was there last year. And I said, now, baby, y'all need to, well, who helped set his stuff up then? Because you need to have a conversation, boo. And really, to be completely honest, I ain't never seen Kendrick or SZA in concert. So I don't know what they giving. But I've seen Usher. And Usher put on a show. The next day, the internet was buzzing. We always trying to figure out what room Alicia and Usher had spent the night in. And we was trying to figure out where she got that cape from still, because I want to wear that one day on a vacation somewhere with a cute photo. Like, we had a lot of questions. I don't need to know nothing about what I saw except for like who approved the. I don't know why I thought that the car was going to be like with the tires was going to be spinning and the smoke was going. And somebody probably like, bitch, you stupid. Why would you think that? Because it could fly off the stage. They could do it. I've seen it done. Hello, that's not something I made out of my brain. I was thinking like the car was going to have hydraulics and he was going to be standing and the car was jumping up and down and I was going to be getting nauseous from the couch. Like I had a whole bunch of different things. I was a little confused. So I'm not really sure about that part. And then them girls with that Matilda red and black devil evil good versus evil wig. I'm not really sure what that was either. I don't know. Yeah, so we don't want to take up too much time about that. It was so it's been like almost a year. And when that first beef started, everybody was picking a side, Kendrick or Drake. And then you get to pop out. Like, how do you say sometimes you got to pop out and show? And like, where is the popping? I pop my gum louder than this. What's happening? But I watched the whole thing. I just want to say, I was very disappointed. It just was not given the energy that it should have been, considering that was going to be our last show ever. So I don't know. Maybe he thought it. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is this, baby. Them people was coordinated. So that means they practiced this, which means to tell me that somebody approved it. And somebody said this was worthy for number 49. You could have just had the Philly hoes come up out the stand, baby, because they would have. I'm just saying. I calls a spade. Baby, they could have just let Philly come down there and put a show on. Okay. But girl, let's get into Let Us See. Let Us See. Now, I don't know what was happening down here, and it reminded me I need to get my thyroid checked because that's what popped into my memory. Why Let Us See don't got no neck? She need to maybe check her fibroids, her not fibroids, her thyroid. I'm going to check mine. It gave me a good memory when I saw her. I was like, what the hell? But she sure sang so good. I was so proud of Lettucey, girl. She looked so good. Just was that part that I was like, was that always like that? Because I ain't seen her in a while. And she sang that. Yes, girl, she sang the three. Okay, and then hold on. How about the man with that my daughter was going off on the couch? He does not deserve a Grammy. I was like, I can't get past his hairstyle. I'm just don't know what I'm looking at. What? The man with the piano, girl? What in the hell? Okay, so either way, listen, I clapped hard too, like I was down at the Christmas play. I was so confused. Like, what? What? Okay, wait. Huh? That's how I was. Okay, so a lot of confusion as far as I'm concerned. Okay. But nevertheless, we're not gonna let that overshadow the aftermath of Philly won. Now I'm hoping they ain't tear their city up like they do. Okay, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. If I still was living in Jersey, I would be able to see it on. It would be first thing on the news, honey. But I no longer live there. But I'm still can look it up on the intranet. So that's that. So we both know what we did. We watched Philly win. We're so excited for green and not red. Okay. And that was from a whole different thing, but you picked it up. I'm sure you did. And we're not even gonna. I'm not even gonna address the red or the redhead or the orange head. I'm not even gonna do that. But I am going to say, I was like, why and why and why and why? I just don't understand. You just messed up the whole mood. Like, why? Who invited you? And since in 49 years, that has never occurred. They said it. It is considered to be history. So it has never happened. Now, of course, we know them people probably were in the building, tucked away, and we just didn't know it. Okay, but you just need to be seen. And I was concerned because if my seat was anywhere in that vicinity, I'm going to need a new seat. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, why put these people's lives in jeopardy in this type of arena with all these people? And now I got to get my head halfway missing because of you. That just was crazy. But whatevs. I guess everybody was working and doing what they were supposed to be doing. So it went off well. But I was very concerned about that. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. Anywho, okay. So now that we are almost, I can't believe we almost to 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get into our story because I know you've been dying to hear about Dr. Green and Gemma. Okay, look, it's funny. Now I can remember their names. Okay. Who? Look at somebody message me talking about we getting tickets to Beyonce. Is we? Because you're the ones that got the tickets the last time, girl. Good morning. What them prices looking like? Look, huh? I don't even look, to be honest, baby. I haven't even listened to that album. So, how you even answers that, right? Just give me the deets. That's what I'm gonna say. Because I don't even. Because to be completely honest, let me just say something. You know, I love a good B, and I was at the show, but I do want to say I am in agreement with the internet. Girl, we'll never see you. And not to say that you're supposed to come out here every day like how I show up on the internet with one person, comma, 000, comma, 00. Yes, because we in here with 100,000. But you know what? Maybe they on to something. We'll never see you ever until you want us to drop our little coins that we got to work so hard for. Like, bitch, where you at? It's only for when you want us to buy your alcohol, your perfume that's down at this girl. Well, Rite Aid done went out of business many moons ago, but that heat or whatever the hell, she's still in there holding on at the drugstore or whatever else shit you come up with. But you don't show up for nothing. Not even like a pop up on the internet. And I don't even be on the internet like that. But I'm just saying, if you did, I would know about it. You want us to buy your shampoo. Why are we trying to figure out if that's a wig or not? And everybody's saying it is. But you know me, I mind my business. I don't give a damn if it was or if it wasn't. Because I got my own concoction that I be using. So I knew I wasn't even. And besides the fact, where I live at, friend, they was not about to have Beyonce shampoo. Whatever it was called. I'm just saying. So there's that. But I'm with the internet. So that is making me a little concerned that I don't know, friend. Should I really? Yes, it's giving very transactional. And we have been down with you, okay, since so good, so good, so good. Okay, all of those days from way back there with the bugaboo. We've been down with you from all that time. Okay, so I'm just pointing it out in case no one has brought to your attention, because those are the original fans. You know, those of us who, you know, back in the day when we were supporting you, sis, begging our parents to be able to support you. And now we are of an age. Okay, I don't know if you out here, you know, yes. And now we can afford. We ain't got to beg. We can afford these things, okay, to come out and support you wherever you at, okay? But the way our monies is set up, we have to be, you know, smart about our nickels and dimes. And because we got options, we may just watch you on the intranet, okay? Because, I mean, now, yes, ma'am, I still have my heat fan that I bought for too much money over at your show. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and tell the story because you talk about a real fan. Because I flew to your show, okay, and then got over there and had to get changed in the Uber, had to throw my clothes in the garbage. Yes, I did. I had to do all that because I could not take the stuff into the show. Then I get down there with that little baby ass purse that was silver and cute. Got my ass to your show, and they gonna tell me the damn bag was a half inch too big. So either I could take a trash bag or turn in my purse, which I was for turning in my purse after I removed all of my and things. And then they said, oh, it's gonna be like 2 hours to get your purse back. So I kindly said, oh, never mind, I'll donate the purse and be in a trash bag. And I was in a trash bag, okay, like a bum. And I went to the show and I still supported and I had a good time. And then it took me at least, they was right, 2.5 hours to get a Lyft back or Uber back to the airport, only to get to the airport and be freezing fucking cold, beyond freezing. Because all I had on was them baby ass shorts, like I was part of the drumline. But it was okay. None of that was your fault. I did that on myself. I went and got me a big hoodie that I turned into a nice hooded dress. You know, back from like when Tina used to be making your clothes and she had to get creative. That's what I had to do. And I did all that on my own. Nobody forced me. But I'm just saying, now I'm needing to put things into perspective, sis. You need to show up every now and again. Get your clone to come out, at least full of bitch. We fine with that. But we never see you. Don't see you, don't hear from you. Ain't seen them babies, nothing. Nobody. You know what I mean? Ain't seen the first day of school picture. We don't even know if they go to school. Look, just make the shit up. That's all I'm saying. Exactly. We don't even know nothing about them people. Not that I'm saying that you're supposed to be like the people over there. You know Megan and them. And you know who I'm talking about. You know they want to know all they damn business over there up in the palace. I ain't saying you got to do all that because I believe, you know, you ain't got to be giving people all your damn business. Girl, bye. Exactly. Girl, When? Was that at the Super Bowl? Look at me, about to be not knowing what the hell you talking about. For real? I ain't see that. Oh, I must have had blinked. But either way, I'm not talking about him. I am referring to who was asking me to come to their show. Okay? So where the fuck was you at then? You could have put a pop-up, all the technology they got. But either way, my point is, and I understand you don't want to go nowhere with that man, because he got you out here in these streets looking like a fool. So don't think that I don't understand. Like I said, we are all of an age. Because what the fuck I'm not about to do, yeah, I'm going to go to, if she got something, one of the children. And plus, I wouldn't have wanted to bump in the redhead either. So yes, I understand that. So I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about right now, sis. You could pop up from your bed and go live or say something so that, you know, you can pretend that every time we see you is not just to get our little 10 ass cent. Like, we ain't got your kind of money. Okay, well, I'm going to speak for myself. I ain't got your kind of money. Okay, but I still make sure that I'm being very supportive. But I don't know. I really feel like I'm not going to be able to do it. I really feel like I'm going to be having on my cowgirl hat and cowgirl boobs in my living room this time around. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, but we'll see. It just depends, you know, on a whole lot of factors and how my mood is. But that's how I be these days. You know, just is what it is. Okay, so this girl on here, see, she young. She young. She ain't got nothing else better to do. Okay, so that's why she asking me. But she the one that I went to the show. We went to the show together in Atlanta the last time. So I guess she ain't got nothing. When I asked her any other questions about anything else, she never respond to me. But now she asked me about some damn Beyonce tickets. I'm not gonna cuss her out because it's too early in the morning. And you see, I haven't been walking extremely fast this morning. I just haven't because, look, I made it. That's the important part. Because I'm feeling something. Okay, friend, let's get the story together. You ready? And I'm watching for the comments, okay? And go.
I haven't had him mentally or physically in a very long time. I loudly huffed, collapsing my head against the back of the chair. "Did you want somebody else?" she asked, meticulously arched eyebrows hiked to the clouds.
That's her mother.
I nervously nibbled my bottom lip as I pinched my cheek. I had no response from my mother, but the answer prancing in my head and frolicking in my center was a resounding yes, yes, yes. "Are you dipping your pretty toes in another body of water, little girl?" Her tone was forceful.
What,
Mama? My eyes narrowed in misunderstanding. "Don't play coy with me, Gemma Jewel," she sternly reprimanded, then lowered her voice to a whisper. "Are you being unfaithful, Gemma? You are still somebody's wife, you know."
Oh, please.
"No, Ma," I blurted. "A new dick can feel good at the moment, but two wrongs will never make anything right," she exclaimed.
Wrong,
"Ma," I yelped, shaking my head at her potty mouth. But then I stilled, eyes wide.
But she should just
Did she say
fucked over.
2 wrongs? I questioned mutely. 2 wrongs means that she has knowledge of Quentin's extramarital affairs. Oh my God. Does the whole family know?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't speak.
Looking like Boo Boo the Fool.
I throatily croaked. "I know, Ma," crept from my lungs as I processed this conversation. "Baby, there are only a few reasons for a woman to mentally check out of her marriage while physically existing in the bullshit," she smirked with a chuckle. "Abuse, and I know Quentin's ass ain't ready to die. Financial problems, and I taught you to have your own pot while managing his too. Or he's laying his burdens down with another woman." Women, I thought, but wouldn't dare articulate that to her. "If he's cheating, then you have a pretty simple decision to make," she matter-of-factly stated. "Simple?" I probed, willing myself not to cry. She nodded. "If Quentin is doing what I believe he's doing, then he is showing you exactly who he is. So you have to make the choice to either believe him or don't. Some people say once a cheater, always a cheater. But I don't necessarily believe that. However, I do believe that you will never forget the indiscretion. But if you choose to forgive, you have to release the anger for your sanity, not his. My mother sounded like she was speaking from experience, but I wouldn't brave the ask. After 43 years of marriage, I was certain she'd seen some shit. My mother cupped my cheeks, swiping away tears as she continued. So, beautiful love of my life, you have options. You either stay and tolerate, or you leave and liberate. You hold all of the cards, sweetheart. Dr. Ray will see you now, the petite receptionist said, in the squeakiest voice. I nodded, checking my watch, then glancing at the front door to the office. We'd been back in Monroe City for about 2 weeks, and Quentin and I were having our first couples therapy appointment. I'd presented the idea of therapy to Quentin over a year ago, but he refused, opting to attempt alternatives to an actual therapist. He planned a vacation that we had to reschedule due to his mother becoming ill. Rescheduling turned into cancellation because we never took the trip. And Mrs. Holliday was doing just fine now. Quentin even went as far as purchasing the 5 Love Languages book. He made it through chapter 3 and was done endeavoring to save his marriage. Work and life got in the way, and eventually we fell into our normal zombie-esque routine. Last month, after a brutal tear-filled argument ending in me screaming, "Fuck it, I'm done," and the same sentiments were echoed again just a couple weeks ago in Mexico, he agreed to attend therapy. At Quentin's virtually impossible request, I identified a therapist who was an HBCU-educated PhD that was not in Monroe City. Dr. Ray's office was about 20 miles outside of the city, just far enough away to provide the illusion of discretion. Ambling over to the midnight blue door, I lightly tapped as I opened it, greeted by the raspy, almost sultry voice of Dr. Morrison Ray. My eyes widened at the berry white base that slapped me in the face before I ever laid eyes on the doctor. Thankfully, the face and physique did not match the voice. Dr. Ray was a brown-skinned, stocky gentleman, likely in his early 50s. And he had hips, like actual womanly-shaped hips. It was kind of weird. He was weird, but highly recommended. Dr. Ray was a black male licensed family therapist who specialized in couples counseling for those of the melanated persuasion. Good morning, Dr. Holliday. I am Dr. Ray. It is a pleasure to meet you, he said, standing to shake my hand. Is Mr. Holliday joining us? Dr. Ray motioned for me to be seated on the couch before appearing behind me, seeking my not-so-better half. Please call me Gemma, and I honestly don't know if Mr. Holliday will be here. He hasn't responded to my calls. I shrugged, appearing defeated. Shit, I was just plain tired. If Quentin couldn't prioritize counseling, why would I expect him to work towards mending my broken heart? Dr. Ray nodded as I took a seat on the plush peanut butter leather sofa. He settled across from me on an identical sofa. Bottled water, a box of tissue, a pad of paper, and a cup of writing pens sat on the table between us. The office was decorated with warm hues of variant browns, blues, and ivory. Glancing around, I spotted multiple degrees on the wall, paintings and family portraits. Dr. Ray was pictured with a woman who I assumed was his wife, 4 other adults, and 3 young children. Anita, he blurted. Jolting, I turned to him and uttered, "Excuse me?" That is my wife of 30 years, Anita, he proudly proclaimed, pointing towards the picture. My oldest son who carries my name, his wife, Jessica, my daughters, Alyssa and Alexandria. as well as my granddaughters, Avery and Raven. And that chunky baby boy is my newest grandbaby, Malcolm. He beamed with pride. You have a beautiful family. 30 years of marriage. Wow, that's such a blessing. My parents have been married for over 40 years, I uttered with a brightened smile. I can say the same to you. 20 years of marriage. Wow. He mockingly chuckled, and I couldn't help my laugh. Now, should we wait for Mr. Holiday? He lifted a brow. I peered at my phone, noticing we were already 15 minutes into our 90-minute session, but no texts or phone calls from Quentin. We drove separately because he had an early training session with his track team in preparation for an exhibition meet on Saturday. Blinking rapidly, I bit my tongue before audibly exhaling to prevent the threatening tears. I shook my head as an unruly tear rolled. Then I mumbled, No, we shouldn't wait. I understand if you need to cancel this appointment. You are a couples therapist, and I am clearly not here as a couple today. I sarcastically smirked, wiping the lone tear. I am a therapist, Gemma. One person, 2 people, or a group of 10. I will still do my job, Dr. Ray announced. And what exactly is that for me individually? I probed. My job is to help you sort through the puzzle pieces of your life. Not to solve the puzzle necessarily, but offer you potential methods to safely cope with the disarray while you independently decide to either solve the puzzle or elect to play another game. Dr. Ray leaned against the arm of the couch, with a fist resting under his chin and legs crossed in his khaki chinos and brown loafers. Does that sound like a plan? And what if my husband decides to show up after all? What does that mean for my puzzle? I skeptically questioned. Mr. Holliday's actions shouldn't dictate how you navigate your puzzle or your life, Gemma. He has his own to solve, and you have yours. Well, damn, I thought. That simple analogy was loaded with so much complexity, my head was spinning. Not even an hour into the session. Now, tell me about Gemma, Dr. Ray requested as he intently concentrated on me. Okay, I am the Vice President of Student Affairs at Monroe University, a writer and motivational speaker, a wife and mother to my 19-year-old daughter. That's pretty much Gemma Jewel Holiday in a nutshell, I sang, concealing my desire to cry with a faux expression of happiness. Okay, thank you for the resume. Now tell me about the real Gemma. What do you mean? I asked, feeling a bit uncomfortable, exposed. I want to know about the Gemma who was about ready to burst into tears right now, Dr. Ray uttered, never altering his stance on the couch, while I, on the other hand, absently bounced my right leg so fast my tiptoes were hurting in the stilettos. The real Gemma? I whimpered, tone questioning. I leered at Dr. Ray, my emotions teetering between angst and anguish. I swallowed hard, momentarily darting my eyes toward his family portrait before focusing my attention back on him. I don't know her. The real Gemma. Is she still that 20-year-old who made a life-altering mishap? Or the 40-year-old who beat the odds and debunked the stereotypes? I don't know. So, I'm not sure who she is. I sighed, one tear streaking my face. Okay. Well, how does Gemma of today feel? He probed, remaining stoic. I shrugged my shoulders like a little kid. I was so uncomfortable, but I needed to talk to someone who wasn't vested in me, who would not ridicule or judge. On the outside, my life appeared perfect, but internally, I was rotting, falling apart at the seams. I feel numb, other than when I'm mad. Sometimes anger is the only emotion I have to let me know I'm breathing, that I'm alive, I breathily muttered, embarrassed to admit the truth. Hate and disdain are a close second. Hate and disdain for who? He queried. I halted for an extended heartbeat, absently staring towards the doctor. Me? I cried. Why? Dr. Ray was placid but focused. I sucked in my cheeks before releasing an exasperated sigh. For not being enough. For not wanting to embarrass my family. Not feeling like I'm strong enough to walk away and choose me. I admitted, licking salty tears from the corners of my lips. That's good, Gemma. That's a great start. He confirmed with a nod. Now let's work on introducing that 20-year-old who lost her way because life required her to mature fast, to the 40-year-old who is plotting a new course and stronger than she thinks. How does that sound? I nodded, thumbing away the stray tears. Hours later, I strolled into my house exhausted, but hopeful. I'd already settled my spirit to not argue with Quentin about his no-show for the appointment today. I was a living, breathing reflection of a woman fed up. Hey, I dryly greeted, walking in the side door from the garage carrying a grocery bag. Quentin was seated at the island typing on his computer. Hey, Jay. Any more bags in the car? He asked, tone matching mine, but mixed with additional agitation. No, I said, while simultaneously shaking my head. Are you okay? I hesitantly asked, because the simplest questions annoyed him lately. He peered up at me, brow furrowed. Yeah. Why do you ask that? You just seem upset about something. Distant. I carefully chose my words. Gemma, I'm fine. No need to talk or analyze anything. I don't need you to counsel me. I'm good. He scowled.
Well, that was the
I
man's
cocked
job.
my head to the
Missed.
side. That
Bitch.
counsel me reference shot heat through my flesh. Nah, clearly no one can counsel you, Quentin. You don't need help because you clearly have it all figured out. I angrily snickered. What is that supposed to mean? He said, appearing seriously confused. We had a therapy appointment today, Quentin, with the marriage counselor. The one I found with your specific criteria. Shit, he mumbled, rubbing his nape. Jim, I'm sorry.
Please.
Next time, I promise. I scoffed, rolling my eyes. Whatever, Quentin. There won't be a next time, I blurted, ambling out of the kitchen. We need to leave here by 5:30. FYI, I said, disappearing down the hall. For what? His voice echoed. Quentin appeared in the bedroom doorway, wearing a creased brow. The provost welcome dinner at the university supper club. I irritably spat, shuffling through the closet. Shit, I forgot about that. He shook his head while stretching. Go figure, I muttered, stripping out of my clothes, heading to the shower. Why do you have an assistant if you aren't going to adhere to your calendar? Quentin released a deep breath, while heavily plodding across the bedroom to sit on the bed. Are you able to go, Quentin? I couldn't prevent the attitude dancing in my vocal cords. I honestly couldn't care less if Quentin attended this dinner, but I needed him to go as a distraction from him. Yes, Jimmy, damn, I'm going. I have a lot of shit going on, but I'm going. He barked and rolled his eyes. We need to drive separately, though. I slammed the closet door, then bitterly spat. Really cute? Why? Where do you have to be? Can you just give me one night? I shouted, standing before him completely naked. Don't start this shit, Gemma. He began stripping out of a plain white t-shirt and Nike basketball shorts. He was a magnificently attractive man, so I completely understood why women flocked to him. Sometimes, I wish that the goosebumps of the past would find their way to my flesh again, that the throb between my thighs would rekindle for him. But the The attraction was snuffed out so fast, I couldn't even recall all of the events that created this new dynamic between us. This business transaction we masked as a relationship. Start what? I lifted an eyebrow before continuing. Start wondering where the hell my husband has to be tonight? Here you go, questioning me. He sighed, now naked too. We argued as if we were fully clothed. Nakedness meant nothing. Did nothing for either of us. Quentin, you can't keep planting seeds of doubt and watering them bitches with betrayal, and then tell me I'm imagining the fucking weeds growing in my yard, I shouted. God, Quentin, can't you see that you weigh on me? Your urgency becomes my urgency. Your challenge is mine, but where's the reciprocity? When do I get the chance to forget? When can I make a mistake? When do you ever accommodate what
That's
I
Lauryn
need?
Hill.
You say
Got the
I'm your
reciprocity.
princess, but where is my knight in shining armor? Give me a fucking break, Gemma. Here you go with the fancy soliloquies. Save that shit for your books. He spat, rolling his eyes. I said I'm going, and then I'm bringing my ass home. You know you like to run your mouth and socialize, and I ain't in the mood for that shit tonight. Excuse me, he said, and walked right by me into the bathroom. Wow. He didn't hear not one word I said. I scrutinized him with narrowed, angry eyes for an extended minute. If I was a different type of woman, some random object would have been hurled at his damn head. But I stood in the threshold, opting for a frightening calm. You're clearly not in the mood for a lot of shit these days, Q. I don't know what the hell is your problem, but it ain't me. So I suggest you correct whatever the fuck is wrong with you and stop talking to me like you're crazy. If anybody should be upset, it should be me. But you can stay or go, Quentin. I really don't care. Do you, like always. And I'm gonna start doing me. I secured my headphones in my ears and then walked by him, stepping into the bathtub.
But she
And what the
talking
fuck
shit.
is that supposed to mean, Jeff?
She ain't gonna do
Quentin
shit.
probed,
Don't
dick
worry about
slanging,
it.
and his face getting on my damn nerves.
Whatever you think.
I didn't utter a response, but I silently deliberated. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Hello.
Gemma. Quentin followed behind my Mercedes in his pearl white Escalade as we pulled into the valet at the University Supper Club. The venue's vibe was upscale cabaret with some of the best steaks in town. I dressed in a black and white pencil dress that accentuated my curves and red patent Louboutins that had my calves popping. My summer braids were replaced by my natural curly chin-length coils, styled in a wild yet tamed bob cut. Quentin approached my door before the valet representative could. He opened the door and extended a hand to assist me out of the car. Given his position, our bodies collided, and he glared down at me with an apology in his eyes
Oh, fuck
that
off.
never transferred to his lips.
Huh.
Instead, he kissed my forehead, lingering longer than I expected, than I wanted. Quentin extended his elbow
I
and
ain't playing
whispered,
this show.
"Shall we?"
No.
My plump red lips pinched in a thin line to quell my vexation. I nodded, accepting his arm. Entering the private room, we momentarily paused to identify who had already arrived. Peering around the dimly lit space, I spotted Maxine first, then my eyes immediately gravitated to him. Dr. Green wore an all-black tailored suit, white dress shirt with no tie, and a red pocket square. His beard was meticulously edged, leading to his shiny bald head. He laughed at something Maxie said before taking a sip of whatever was in his glass. The damn Colgate smile was unforgettable. "Coach and Dr. Holliday, I'm glad you could make it," President Whitaker greeted us. "We wouldn't miss it, President Whitaker," Quentin happily retorted. I deeply inhaled, feigning a smile to prevent from rolling my eyes at him. He was a pro at this fake shit. "Dr. Holliday, you've met Dr. Green already. But let me introduce Coach. President Whitaker motioned to the bar where Ezekiel was standing. You both go ahead. I'm going to run to the ladies' room, I said, needing another minute before engaging with him face to face. They nodded. I quickly darted down the hallway to the restroom. Maxie caught my departure in her peripheral and followed me. I closed myself in a stall next to another person before I heard the bathroom door creak. Dr. Halliday, Maxie sang. Are we having a meeting in the ladies' room? She boisterously chuckled. A familiar voice echoed from the stall next to me. Why are both of you in the bathroom? What's going on? Karan rasped. Your line sister probably has to change her panties after laying eyes on the fine-ass good doctor.
Oh, my
Maxie
God.
laughed. That nigga walked in here like 007. I shook my head and then sat down since now I actually had to pee. Flushing the toilet and cleaning myself. I fixed my dress and walked out of the stall, greeted by 2 sets of prying eyes. Oh, look, Maxie. They are dressed alike, and they're black, red, and white. Karan jeered, cupping her mouth with her hands. I swatted her away and dryly mumbled, I really hate y'all. I avoided eye contact with these 2 fools while I washed my hands. What's wrong, Gemma? Maxie huffed, curling the corners of her nude-painted lips. I leaned against the wall, eyes focused on the popcorn ceiling, then audibly exhaled. I didn't think I would ever see him again. Why do I feel so guilty? Guilty about what? Instagram messages? Maxie questioned. Yes, I would be pissed at Quentin for chatting morning, noon, and night with somebody on social media. I figured we would just keep sliding in each other's DMs and everything would be fine, all in fun, because I was not planning on ever seeing him again, I sternly declared. Sliding in DMs? What are you, a 20-year-old rapper? Ronnie's stale sense of humor was usually funny, but now it was just plain aggravating since the joke was directed at me. No, but I've never done anything like this before. He's not supposed to be here. I don't know how to pretend like you're not attracted to him, Maxie finished. I nodded. Sis, you said if it was Quentin, you'd be pissed. Well, newsflash, it's been Quentin. He is the only reason you're even entertaining conversations with this man. My brother ain't no fucking saint, Jim, Ronnie whisper yelled. Yeah, but 2 wrongs, I said, parroting my mother's sentiments. Jim, you haven't done anything wrong, Maxie interrupted. You haven't slept with the man? It's just chatting. Friendly conversations. Chats that make you happy, might I add. Maxie was right. I hadn't crossed an inappropriate line with Ezekiel in reality. We never engaged in sexual conversations or alluded to seeing each other in the future. Our dialogue was easygoing, genuine, stimulated, a total mindfuck. But in Gemmaland, he frolicked in my fantasies, tongue-kissed my pussy and fucked me unconscious. Just this morning, I awakened with him on the brain. Private episodes in the shower with my Rose vibrator had become a regular occurrence since I didn't want Quentin's nasty ass anywhere near me. In months past, the images of my favorite sex symbol actors made the moments that much better. But this morning, Ezekiel had become the star of the show. With the steamy overhead downpour and the multiple jets massaging my body, I perched on the warm shower bench and closed my eyes to initiate the movie of him that played in my head daily. Thankfully, I had free admission because sometimes I would allow the reel to run on repeat. The neo-soul sounds of the Good Doctor playlist danced through the room, stroking a finger across the slight plumpness of my scars. I fondled my breast before trailing my hand to the bare smoothness of my kitty. I circled there for several delightful minutes. I had been so damn wet as his glistening smile teased in my imagination. I licked my lips, caressing my clit to the pace of the music. I momentarily ignored the vibrator because I wanted this to last a while, and that thing would have me primed for takeoff in seconds. Tossing my head back, I allowed the water to offer lubrication, but I required none. My kitty was drenched, fucking drowning in the sea of him. The moans grew louder as intensity bubbled in my belly. Biting my lip, I would hear him faintly whisper, "You're fucking experienced, Gemma." I had no clue what that meant and thought I would never have the opportunity to ask because those words resided in my illusions. But whatever his answer would be in actuality, I was certain the response would make my pussy drizzle. I clicked the rose 3 times to my favorite setting. Slow, quick, slow. The red beast hummed. That thing was small, but it packed a punch as I pressed it to my clit. Oh, shit. Ezekiel. I moaned in the shower alone, with imagery of the onyx god burdening my body.
Not allowed.
I actually moaned his fucking name boorishly, and with no apologies or regrets. While he was a mirage, that damn orgasm was savagely real. So yeah, I hadn't done anything wrong per se. But with him occupying my professional space, restraint would be a grueling challenge. How was I supposed to walk into this dinner and welcome him as my colleague when I'd envisioned the curve, thickness, and veining of his dick pounding my pussy? Gem, Maxie snapped her fingers. I shuddered, as if I was being pulled from hypnosis. Yes, you're right, I'm being silly. Needing to get my shit together, I turned to the mirror, checking my hair, makeup. I sucked in a deep breath and exhaled in a whisper. I'm Dr. Gemma Damn Holiday. I got this. The 3 of us sauntered out of that bathroom like Charlie's Angels, but probably looked more like the 3 Stooges. The dinner bell chimed just as we entered the private room. 2 beautifully decorated 10-person dining tables were positioned at the opposite end of the room. I spotted Quentin in a corner with his phone lodged between his ear and shoulder as he talked between the phone and Jamar, who stood in front of him. Ignoring them, I ambled to the bar before taking my seat, but was intercepted by the aroma of Creed cologne. He wore Boys de Portugal, the signature scent of Frank Sinatra. The citrusy yet woody blend was pure perfection on him. Dr. Gemma Holiday, it's good to see you again, Ezekiel said, extending his hand to shake mine. He clutched my left hand with his right, then concealed the connection with his other hand, providing him the freedom to delicately tickle my palm. Goosebumps, real as plump as goosebumps, crept up my arm. Dr. Ezekiel, it's good to see you too. Congratulations and welcome to Monroe. We are excited to see your vision for the university, I voiced, almost sounding rehearsed. Our hands continued to entwine for a heartbeat longer than necessary. He took one step closer, and I should have stepped back, but I didn't. Ezekiel studied me. Just like the night in his suite, his stare made me feel exposed, like he was peeling back the layers to reveal my truth. But at the same time, the stare was alluring and secure. Long time no talk to. My IG is not the same without you, he muttered, leaning in to whisper, You don't have to run from me, Gemma. I know, and I'm not, I breathily responded. The dinner bell chimed again, and I endeavored to sever our tie, but Ezekiel had more to say. Check your phone, he instructed, before releasing me and joined the dinner party. Leaning against the bar, I turned away, not needing the visual of his confident saunter. What can I get for you to drink, ma'am? The bartender asked. A double shot of Clase Azul, chilled with a lime, I blurted, needing a little liquid courage to make it through the night. The bartender nodded, then walked away to prepare my order. I took advantage of the moment alone to check my phone. Inquisitive one. I was hoping we would have had a moment to chat before dinner, but I understand that this may be awkward for you.
Okay. I'm cutting it off there. Okay, so the report. Let's see. 2.7 miles. So we didn't do quite 3. Well, I didn't do quite 3. 305 calories, which is good. Okay. And 60 minutes and 36 seconds. And I'm going to have to check this thing because, whoo, it's flipped off. I can smell a little smell. I don't need to be up in here catching on flames, catching fire. Anywho, don't we feel so much better? I feel a whole lot better than what I first did when I got up. So that was great. Thank you again for showing up for yourself, honey. Okay. I know it's just getting here. But once you get here in that 1 hour, look at all these toxins that are out of our body. We feel a lot better, and it just gives us the fuel to get through the rest of our day. So thank you again for showing up, honey. Oh, and did you get your stuff? Because it been got sent, honey. Okay. Your water bottle and your resistant bands, you didn't get it? You should check, okay? Because it shouldn't take that long. But anywho, drink your water. That's most important. Make sure that we're on our water. And remember, this week we're going to try to squeeze in. Okay. We'll try to squeeze in the 2. Maybe we said possibly tomorrow. So let's just see how that goes. Okay. So on that note, have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you back on day 11 tomorrow. See ya. Bye. You too. Have a great day.